Hello friends, welcome to the next part of this JavaScript lecture series, and in this tutorial we are going to discuss our next topic, which is called as JavaScript events. Okay, so first we have to understand what is an event, and then we'll explore the JavaScript events in details. So according to the definition, the change in state of an object, the change in the state of an object is known as event. Okay, so what is the meaning of this definition? Suppose we have a button, and say button's name is the text that it is containing is say hello. Okay, and it is the state of the button that it is having the some dimension and some text is written over that. But when I click this button, it generates some action, or it performs some action. Okay, so let us take a very layman example. Suppose we have a switch in the room that says on and off. Okay, and this switch is associated with the bulb. Okay, so when I click the switch on option, the bulb will be switched on, and when I click the off button, off part, then the bulb state will be switch off. Okay, so this click, if I'm talking about this click, that is on and off, when I click button on, when I click button off, this clicking is actually an event that causes the state change. So first, suppose if I talk about the bulb and its state is off, and I perform certain event, suppose I said click on, then this state will be changed. So this is state 1, this is state 2, and the reason behind it, this event. Okay, so this is what actually an event, and in JavaScript the definition remains the same. So if we are talking about the JavaScript, then the change in state of an object is known as event or caused by event in JavaScript. Okay, so if we talk about JavaScript, then we know JavaScript is associated with HTML. Okay, and this HTML contains various elements. Okay, so any activity that causes the changes of the state in these elements are actually performed by events, and these events are caused by the help of JavaScript. Okay, so if we are talking about the event, then to perform an event we need certain handlers to handle particular event, and these handlers are actually called as event handlers in JavaScript. Event handler in JavaScript. Okay, and this complete process, that is event handling process, this process is called as event handling. Okay, so change in the state is called as event. Event is performed by event handler, and this process of event handler, the process that this event handler perform is called as event, is caused as event handling. Okay, so now let us take a look at the basic events and their event handlers that are available in the JavaScript. So these are some events that are related with various devices. Suppose if we talk about the mouse, then these are the events that can be performed by the mouse. So we have a click event, we have a mouse over event, mouse out, mouse down, mouse up, mouse move. Now if we take a look at the click event, you can see it has the event handler named as onClick. What is the meaning of this onClick? Suppose I want to say write a code for the click event. Okay, then this click event should be evoked by this event handler, that is on click. So I'll say button on click should do something. Okay, so that's why it is called as event handler. So we have click on click, and we see the description of it. It is saying when mouse click on an element. Similarly, we have a mouse over. So it is saying on mouse over. So when the cursor of the mouse comes over the element, mouse out. So we have on mouse out, and similarly, so on and so forth. And you can see it is very easy to remember these event handlers, as we have, suppose we have an event, say mouse move. So its event handler will be on mouse move. We have a click, event handler will be on click. Okay. So these are some various events that can be performed using mouse. Similarly, we have some keyboard related events also. So keyboard related events are, say key down, key up, and their event handlers are on key down, on key up, and the description you can see here, when the user presses and then releases the key. Okay. Similarly, if you have studied HTML, then these are some events which are related with forms in HTML, that is focus, submit, blur, change. So their event handlers are on focus, on submit, on blur, on change, and these are the descriptions of it. Okay, so what you can do, you can pause the video here and you can take a note of these mouse events, then these keyboard events, then these form events, and then these window or document events. So we have mentioned here some very general or specific events that are mostly used while programming the JavaScript codes. Okay. Now let us understand how an event handler works in JavaScript. So for this, suppose if I say I have a code and I want to perform something using JavaScript. So it will be something like, suppose I'm writing it in the script, as this is a JavaScript part. So I'll write script text equal to type JavaScript and so on, and then this script will be closed. Okay, and then suppose I say I have a function, and this function's name is say hello. And what this function is doing is, this function is simply saying alert, generating an alert, and it is saying hello world. This type of programming we have already done while studying the functions. Now I want to call this function on particular event. So suppose I am continuing with my code. I am entering in the HTML part, that is the body, and inside the body I have a form, and inside the form I am creating a button. So I have an, say, input type equals button. I hope you know the basics of HTML. Input type equals to button, and I'm leaving this code, and I say this button's value is equals to say hello. Okay, so what it should look like? It should look like we have a form in HTML that contains a button that its value is say hello. So it is a text that is printed over the button. And what I wanted to do, I wanted to map this button with this function call. What is the meaning of this? Suppose I click this button. If I want to click this button, and on click, I want to say if I click this button, this should generate this hello world. Okay, so the event that is associated with the click with the button is click, and the event handler is on click. So on click we want to perform something. Okay, so I'll write this code as input type equal to button, and I'll write on click equals double quotes, and I'll call this function. So function name is say hello, and then I close this double quotes. Okay, so what will happen when I execute this code? My code will contain a button. When I click the button, it will actually call this event handler, that is onClick. So this onClick is what is this onClick performing? It is calling the function say hello. So my code will jump from here to the function that is say hello, and it will generate this hello world alert. Okay, so this is the kind of work which we can perform using the events. Okay, so it is basically a collaboration of HTML and JavaScript, that we can perform certain activities using the HTML elements with the help of JavaScript, and that is the basic work of JavaScript. That's why we are studying this subject. Okay, so if you want to take a practical example of it, suppose we have this code. I'm writing the code here, and say I have a script, and inside the script I want to write a function. So how do we write a function? We write a function using the keyword function, and then we say hello. Okay, so this say hello function should generate an alert saying hello world from JavaScript. Okay, this is very basic code, and now I come inside the body part of my code, and inside the body part of my code I create a form. And inside the form I create an input type, and say input type equals to, I want to create a button, and its value is suppose it is saying say hello. Now if I refresh my page, you can see my web page is containing a button named as say hello. Now if I click this button, it is not performing anything, any action, any activity. Okay, what I wanted to do, I wanted to say that when I click this button should call this function, and this function should generate hello world from JS. So for this I'll call the event handler for the button, as click is a mouse event, so I'll call the mouse event, and its event handler is onClick. So I'll write onClick. You can see it is generating lots of event handlers that are associated with the with this particular type of button or any element. So in particular I am going to call onClick. Okay, so onClick, what I wanted to do, onClick I want to call this function say hello. So I'll write onClick say hello, and as this is a function, it will contain these small brackets. Okay, now if I refresh my code, you can see there is no change in the code, but if I click on this button, it should generate then the alert message. You can see here, when I click the button, it is saying this page says hello world from JS. Okay, so this is a very basic example of event handling using JavaScript on the button. So we are dealing with the button click event. If I say I want to change the code and I want to change the event, suppose if I'm saying I have a form, okay, and this form is containing certain elements. Say I said input type equals to text, and suppose if I say placeholder, and I said right here, and I refresh it, so it is saying right here. Okay, and at the end of the form I said input type equals submit. This submit button values is say login. Okay, so we have designed a very basic form that contains a text box, and it is saying login. Now what I wanted to do, I wanted to say the same thing, that is I want to perform the same thing, that is I want to generate the same alert message from here, but this time the event is changed. you can see we have an input type equal to submit. Previously we were dealing with the input type equals to button, but this time we have an input type submit, so our event will be changed. And as we know, this submit button is actually associated with the form. Okay, so we'll have to call an event at the form submission. So we'll say form on submit. This is another event handler. On submit, I'll say call the method, say hello. Okay, and when I refresh the page and I say login, you can see it is generating hello world from JS. Suppose I want to deal with the next type of event. The event I want to create here is that is on mouse over and on mouse out. So for that I'll have to create a new function. So basically I have created two methods inside, or two functions inside this script code. That is function over, that is saying document.write mouse over, and second one is saying function out, document.write mouse out. And I want to associate these two functions with different type of event handlers here. So suppose if I say my body code is containing a p tag, that is paragraph, and I say bring your mouse inside the div code. You can see it is saying bring your mouse inside the div code, but it is not performing any action. So coming to the next part, I want to create the div division here. Inside the division I wanted to create one more paragraph, and this paragraph is saying this is inside the div tag. You can see it is saying bring your mouse inside the div, and as we have created this sentence inside the div tag, so this is inside the divs. Now inside the div tag I want to call the method that is on mouse over. I want to perform something. So on mouse over I want to call the function over, and on mouse out I want to call the function method out. Okay, so what I am doing here, I have created a div, and inside the div I have associated this div tag with these two event handler, that is on mouse over and on mouse out. On mouse over means, we can see here, on mouse over means when the cursor of the mouse comes over the element. Okay, and on mouse out means when the cursor of the mouse leaves an element. So what it will actually do, when I put my mouse over this element, this should perform something. If I going over, then it will say mouse over, and if I go outside, it will say mouse out. Okay, then I save this code and I refresh it. Okay, then you can see if my mouse cursor is here, it is not performing anything. When mouse cursor is here, it is not performing anything. But as and when I entered here, it has reload my page, and you can see on mouse over it is printing document.write mouse over. Okay, so if I again refresh my page, you can see it is not performing something, but as and when I entered inside the div, it will change the code. Okay, so this is a very basic event that I can perform using the HTML and JS, that is JavaScript. Okay, so I hope you got to know the basic understanding of this JavaScript events and their event handlers, and you can apply so many event handlers inside the JavaScript. Now let us take at one more event handler, that is called as onload. So what is onload? You can see onload is actually associated with the window or document event. So it is saying when the browser finishes the loading of the page. Okay, let us see what we can do. Suppose my function is load, and I want to remove this code from here, and this also I do not need. Now I want to associate this code with the body onload, that is onloading the browser. So onload equals, what I wanted to say, I said load. So you can see as the page is currently loading, it is saying Windows loads, and the page is still in the loading format. You can see here the page is still loading. Okay, but as and when I click the OK, the page stops loading. So this is a kind of event that is performed when the browser window loads. Okay. However, instead of calling the functions, we can directly write some codes here. Suppose I want to generate a alert from here, and I wanted to say hello, this is alert. So what I have done, I have instead of calling the load, I'm deleting this code. Instead of calling the load method, I'm simply generating an alert on this event. So when I refresh the page, you can see it is saying hello, this is alert. Okay, so instead of associating functions with the event handler, you can directly write the codes inside it that can perform so many tasks. Okay, so this is a very basic definition and descriptions about the events and how events works. Now, very important topic and a very interesting topic that has sometimes asked in the questions or in the interviews, that is, what is the meaning of event loops or event queues? Okay, to understand this, I am drawing some visual representation here of the memory when a JavaScript actually executes, and this memory I am dividing in certain parts. Okay, and this memory, suppose this part is heap, this part is a stack, and this part is queue maintained by JavaScript code. So this stack is actually a LIFO system, so it contains multiple frames of the codes that needs to be executed. Okay, and this queue actually contains the messages, and this heap memory contains the objects in the random manner. That's why it is called as heap. Okay, so function calls, whenever a function is called, it is actually form a stack of frame. So these are frames. These are generated whenever a function call happens. Whenever a function is called. Okay, and heaps are heap contains the object memories that are allocated randomly. Okay, now the JavaScript runtime actually maintains this message queue, which is a list of messages, that is message 1, message 2, to be processed. Okay, and each message has an associated function with it. Suppose this message is associated with this message is associated with this, and so on. Okay, and when the program actually executes, and suppose it is containing multiple functions, okay, what happens? The runtime actually start handling the messages in the queue, which are maintained in the queue, and it actually starts with the oldest one. So the message which is the oldest will be executed first. Okay, and to do so, what it does, the message is actually, suppose I want to the JavaScript engine actually want to process this message, so it will remove this message from the queue, and its corresponding function will be called. Its corresponding function will be called, and its parameters will be taken from these heaps. So in this way, this JavaScript engine queue can contain multiple messages, so that they can be associated with multiple functions. Okay. But why the question comes, why it is called as the event loop? Why I'm using the terminology loop? So it got this name because of its implementation, because of how it is implemented, or because of its implementation that actually resembles like a loop. Why? Because when one message is processed, it will search for the 2. When second message is processed, it will go for the 3, and it keeps moving till it finds the messages to be processed and their functions associated with them. Okay, so that's why these are called as event queues, or also called as event loops. So this is how the event loops or queues works. So I hope you get the knowledge of basic JavaScript events and their event handlers associated with it, and how these event handlers actually work, and how this event handler actually performs certain actions based on the functions defined for them. So this is it for now. In the upcoming lecture, we'll deal with some other topics or advanced topics of JavaScript. And if you still have any query regarding this topic, you can ask in our comment section. And to support us, kindly subscribe our channel. Thank you so much.